all for corralling around the fire. It's so nice to see so many lovely fresh faces around. I think we're going to kick off for a really good weekend here. And Tracey Howie here is going to welcome us to country and set us off on a loving tone for the weekend. So thank you, Tracey.
Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, I'd like to introduce you to somebody that I've brought with me. Somebody who has a very deep connection to this ridgeline that you guys are going to be camping on and spending time over this weekend. So this is my cultural sister, Renee Sales, and Renee's a traditional Darkinjung woman. And yeah, for you know, those of you who don't know, you're meeting here tonight and spending hopefully a gorgeous weekend in this spectacular place on earth, in a location that is extremely important culturally and spiritually to both Darkinjung people and Guringai people. Ceremonies were had throughout this ridgeline, and the remnants of those ceremonies are of course still noticeable by the engravings that, you know, are there to accompany those ceremonies that were had. So of course, without you know, any delay, I would like to pay the most utmost respect to Earth Mother and Sky Father, and thank them for the absolute beauty that they provide for each and every one of us on a daily basis. The air that we breathe, the water that we drink, the beautiful beaches that we go and visit, the amazing stars that we gaze on at night, they're all gifts of Earth Mother and Sky Father. And in saying that, I'd also like to extend that respect to each and every one of you that is here tonight. And of course your colleagues that perhaps aren't here yet or aren't able to be here for this weekend. The tasks that you do out in the bush, out in nature, out on country with Earth Mother are irreplaceable. They're an irreplaceable gift to Earth Mother and to future generations to come. So I don't only want to acknowledge you, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the dedication and the love that you give to country. Because without that, it won't be a beautiful place for future generations to enjoy and love and to be a part of, just like we can today. So, you know, from the traditional owners of the Central Coast and from this space, we would like to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for the input that you give to Earth Mother, and thank you. I just can't say that enough. Thank you so much. Yeah. I hope this weekend you have an absolutely great weekend. I will be back tomorrow to spend some time with you guys and to share some things with you. And I know that there's been some other things organised by Paul and of course a crew of people that would be behind him making that possible. So I'd like to thank Paul for inviting us to be here tonight, to be a part of this. And of course, you know, for me to come back tomorrow and to have a more in-depth connection with you all tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to that. What an awesome space. Enjoy. Enjoy. Travel light, guys. If you like, I can share with you a little bit more about this ridgeline where we are. I mentioned that, you know, you're sitting on a very important ridgeline here that descends through this area, comes up from the bottom of Woi Woi Bay, descends through here, and of course continues on up north through country. So I'm probably a little bit inappropriate to share well, I can't give you the whole story because I'm female, and the story that that is along this ridgeline here is very important and is related to our men. And it's the Pangan dreaming story. So one of the skins or one of the moldies of our men, so which are my direct blood. So my sons and my brother, they're Pangan men, which is the eastern grey kangaroo. And that story of the Pangan man progressing from a child and going through country, receiving learnings and teachings at different locations as he progresses through that country, to become a fully, recognised man at the end of that. And this ridgeline here is a very important chapter in that journey, in that story. So of course it extends south beyond here and north beyond here as well. But this is a very, very important part of that storyline, particularly for the Pangan men. So I myself, I'm Wannangini, which is goanna. So that's Wannangini can't be with Pangan. That's the law of it. Yeah, so this is very important to those. And there's a very important engraving that's a little bit further down the way here, a little bit further down from an area that is now recognised as Staples Lookout. And a lot of people refer to the engraving as the rabbit site, because I suppose somebody who doesn't know the story, the engravings themselves, they look like a row of rabbits jumping through the bush. But they're actually the initiates wearing the kangaroo headdress, and they're doing the Yalong Yalang dance, which is the welcome dance for the Pangan, and progressing through country. So, yeah, I can share that much. The rest of it's for the boys. Yeah. I didn't realise that this weekend here that you're, coming here, gathering here for, your time together and, for some knowledge sharing and that sort of thing. It's actually the start of the new moon tonight, which is, the start of a new phase of the moon. So here locally, we have a new moon ceremony. So that's where I'm going to actually take off to and head off to the new moon ceremony. I'm more than happy for the information of that to be shared with trusted friends and good spirits, and hopefully I'll see you at one of the new moon ceremonies. But I'll definitely be seeing you all again tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah. Have a good night, guys. Thanks a lot.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.